guys, and this is GG Capitals and आज कुछ levels हैं CPI के बाद I'm looking at, and one of the levels is activated, that is 6 CPI 1.733, right? अगर market यहाँ से shows signs of weakness तो we'll probably take that trade, but अभी there are no signs of weakness and we are looking to sell the market from here. Yes per आओ तो yes पे market is making new highs, and I'm looking to buy around 63.15, right? And yeah, so the plan is, if this candle closes green with red delta and the next candle tries to dump down, we'll get in. The only thing is that it is half an hour is left for the market open. But let's see what happens, and yeah. So the bias right now is to sell, but again, we do not see any delta divergence in this candle. But this is a good example, how this imbalance got perfectly filled and the price started moving down. And you can see in this in this volume profile chart, that we came to POC, today's POC, and then went down from there. Two, three things that I want to show you was see how buying was happening at the top, but the market was not going up. Buying happening here, but the market did not go up, showing clear signs of bearishness in the market. So yeah, and yes, does not look any good right now. Hello. आवाज आ रही है? Can you hear me? Hello. आवाज आ रही है? Hello. Is it better? Is it better here? Hello, आवाज आ रही है? Is it better? Is it better now? Hello. Hello. Yeah, so these were some levels, and as I was marking CPI, the news just came out, and you see how buying was happening in the. You see how these zeros in this would focus here. You see how zeros are here, right? There's zero, all these zeros, and very less selling happening here, right? This is just buyers taking the market up. But then they just they couldn't push it more, and the market collapsed, and that's the whole reason that it went till here and then came back, and now it's yeah. Right now there are no trades. If this candle could have shown us some kind of divergence, then I would have gotten in, but right now we don't have anything. But again, this was the price action, sorry, the volume action. market is below VWAP, so that's another thing. But currently we don't have any trade going on. If there was a level here from which we were buying, currently there is no level here, but if there was, then probably getting in here would have made a lot of sense. Getting it here would have made a lot of sense. This area would have made a lot of sense to get in if there was something, some level here which were eyeing. Why? Because there is a lot of buying happening at this level. A lot of buying happening at this level. This is not our trade. The buying level is way below right now for us. It's around 1.1688. So we have literally nothing going on. We don't have any trade right now, and it's, yeah. In ES as well, we don't have anything going on. We have our levels around to 63.15, 63.16, and the market is trading at 63.36, so almost 20 points above right now. But yeah, it's still pre-market, right? Maybe 7 o'clock, we might see a move down and we might want to get tagged in that. But except that, we don't have anything in ES. A great example of seller's absorption happened here. Look how this cumulative volume delta chart shows a lot of selling happened at the bottom, but it did not continue, and then the market started bidding up. And this was happening around previous this area. So that suggests that the market wanted to get back into value, right? And then it got into the value and then rejected. So when this kind of thing happens, it usually means that we'll move down. I just hope we get hugged in and then we move down. One more thing to note in this chart is, look how before this CPI news we were trending up, right? If this wouldn't have happened, I would have suggested that the market is poised to go up. But as soon as this happened, the VWAP became flat, and a flat VWAP suggests that the market is rotational in nature. That means it'll go down and then back up at VWAP and then maybe go down and up. And so we are in rotational market movements, but I just hope that we come back here and the market gives us some divergence and then we'll get in. Hello, is it better? Is the echo there still there? Maybe the echo is there because I don't have curtains on in this room and the voice is getting deflected from the walls. But is it better? Is it better now? I'll switch to the ES chart book and I want to show you something. So this profile, right? Look at how yesterday we tried to move into the value but got rejected and nothing majorly happened yesterday. And then we went outside of value. And then we were outside value, and now we might want to come into this value area right here. I'll just mark this. We might want to come back to this area. How divergences are happening in these candle, red candle, green delta, 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 almost. Does suggest that the market wants to reverse. Look at how this buyer would have felt. The market has not come to us. Yeah. Maybe he got out, maybe not, we don't know. But a big buying happened around 63.40 and that just got absorbed. Usually what happens is whenever someone tries to buy the market inside of the few seconds of the news, he or she or they get filled here, right at the almost at the top, and now they're stuck in this trade. So that's why you should not trade the news. You see, there were few signs of news being bullish. Like look at this particular buying. This is 63.26. Okay, let's look at the footprint. How footprint looked at 63.26. So maybe we are at 63.26. Yeah. Look at 158, 139. You know, 123. 63.26 and a quarter, 111. Yeah, made sense. No divergence here though. This kind of price action also suggests that we are buying at the VWAP. Very bullish market conditions in ES. Very bullish. Back to Euro futures. We are still moving down, but again my level is at 1.688, so still a lot of way to go. Again, we had this level, we marked this and we posted this, but the only reason we did not get in was we did not see any divergence here. And yeah, well, but a lot of confluences are at these levels. You know, you can see imbalance here, and you can see how this is the initial balance area high above VWAP. Some selling, again, selling was not that eminent, but then there is also, we are at TPOC, and usually this kind of price action does suggest that we might move down, but again, it's alright, we can get our trade. Some kind of divergence has happened. You see this, right? You see this candle, I'll mark it. This and what was this? Right? This suggests some buying pressure. Right? Sellers are not that active at this level. But again, it's not at our level, not our trade. Just a tiny bit small thing that I wanted to show you. I'll switch to ES and show you something there as well. A divergence has happened and the market is moving down. The important thing is look how in delta chart we had sellers here and these sellers continued their selling, and the divergence happened and it's happening at this imbalance. Volume is also good, volume is not that bad. So if you want to scalp, you can take a short trade, but again, I won't because it's not at my level. And I'm looking to long the market. If we come below 63.20ish, is my level 63.20ish, 16, 15, 63.15 or 16. Oh yeah, it makes sense why this is happening. Market is about to open. We are at 63.39. We might want to come at 63.08. But let's see if it does. Yeah, market is open. This is ES. This kind of imbalance at the bottom suggests market reversals. Where did we open? We opened right above value area high. Now it's very unlikely that the market would come down this much, 20-30 points. It's very unlikely. With a good CPI, it's very unlikely. But if it does, then we'll take a trade. $63.32 might also be a great level, man. $63.32, yeah, $63.32 might be a good level. Do I have anything at 32? No, I don't have anything at 32. Nothing here, nothing here. Small confluences, not something that I would bet on. Euro is moving downwards. So we are moving down a bit. Maybe we might find something at 63.32. We are at VWAP. Let's see how we react at VWAP. If we don't get rejected here, that is if we don't continue towards the upside, then maybe second standard deviation or any initial balance low would be a good point. I won't be taking this trade. I want market to come back to value, and then I might consider taking this trade. But right now there is nothing here. 63.32 is a good, decent area, to be honest. Below VWAP, there's imbalance as well. We broke the VWAP with some heavy delta. Second standard deviation does look achievable now. Some buying pressure here, but not as much as I would have hoped for. Looks good, as we said, 63.32. This TPUC could be a great area. If we get in here and our first target would be VWAP, so it didn't make sense for 2 points to risk. And then you have to consider commissions, and you'll get some slippage as well. But yeah, if you see, pressure is increasing, buying pressure was definitely there here, So, wow, a lot of contracts got exceeded 45. It would make sense to fill this area. It would make a lot of sense for the market to fill this. The kind of trades that you can, this would come if this goes up, this would come into a continuation trade only if this market rejects like this and then comes here and then moves away. That would be a good continuation trade. You see how there was buying pressure here? Sellers came in to fill that. That's why we always wait for the candle close to happen first. Let the candle close, let the picture be a bit clear. Yeah. If this delta turns green right now, it's very heavy negative delta, but I'm hoping that maybe at second standard deviation, or maybe now, this delta could turn green with some buying pressure. Oh wow, we were almost there in our ES trade. Let's see how ES is doing, and we'll get back to 6E is doing. Yeah, we were almost there, right? We were almost there at our level. No divergence yet. Did not touch our level. Not a trade though. Good buying. Look, these are the signs of good buying. Buyers at the bottom, pushing the market up. Buyers at the bottom, trying to push the market up. Way below second standard deviation. Way below there. But we'll get to know if our level is touched. I have alerts on TradingView. Getting back to ES. ES looks a bit interesting. If it touches our level, I'll see for a divergence and try to get in, because we are below, we go up, and I think that the market might go up. Yeah. Look at the volume. 15,000, 16,000, 11,000, and then the 13,000. So what happened in this candle? Why did volume got so low here? Almost 1/3 of the volume got wiped out from this candle. Whereas the delta increased, the negative delta increased and volume decreased. These are small signs that you see for. Sorry, Aryan, I don't know what's wrong with my mic. I guess I have no clue why there is so much echoing going on. But probably by the next stream it will get better. Just bear with me on this one. I don't trust this a lot. No volume here. I mean, there might be some volume, but no delta, clear delta here, right? Because this is a delta chart. Maybe there are 10 sellers and 10 buyers, so it will be very thin at that point. So you don't know that. So, yeah. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Aryan. Thanks a lot, man. 6E is coming to our level. Let's switch to that. Divergence happened here, but no continuation towards the upside. And it did not touch our level as well. Myers were present, but it should touch our level. If it has to be our trade, then it should touch our level. What I'm aiming at and what the thesis of this trade is, majorly, this is all value, right? This is all value. Market came up, went into value, and came into value, went away from it. So if it wants to, the next value area that it could be looking at would be this one. These two profiles combined, right? But it has not happened yet. It has not touched it. This could be a sign of a bit of manipulation. We came below 1.17. Hi Robin, thanks for the uh, thanks for the compliment. Almost at our level, almost. Thanks, Aryan. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you. Buying euro makes sense. I'm also looking to buy euro at 1.688, but the delta is very heavy towards the bearish side, right? So I'm just waiting for the delta to turn a bit positive or show some signs of bullishness, and then we might get in. But I'm looking for it to first come down at 1.688. This is the futures chart that I'm talking about. I have no clue what that would translate to the forex chart, but around I'm looking at 4-5 pips. Keep movement downwards first. No, Robin, I did not take any trade yesterday after the stream. I called it a day, and there was not a lot happening. That's why I did not post anything on the story as well. And right now we are not offering any mentorship, but we will soon. And probably Aryan, you'll be the first one to join, I hope, right? And we'll then meet soon as well. But the whole point of doing live, whole point of doing pre-market analysis is to let you guys know that this stuff works, and this is something that no one is talking about. And yeah, price, I have not thought about the price yet. I've I'll have to first do some research how much people are willing to pay, and have to do some surveys around that, and then only we'll get to know how to best price the course at. Because again, we'll have to find how much value we are providing versus what's available in the market. And yeah, okay, CPI and euro as SEOs. Man, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. That really means a lot. Yeah, that really does mean a lot. I'll add CPI, and I hope it does have a cost, but right now I'm just trying to build a community and get some audience, and then maybe decide. Because I do want to make it affordable, and I do want to make it very affordable for everyone to have an access to education. Yeah, the euro is at a level, but I'm just looking for some buying to happen and then maybe get in. Market pump kar do, yeah man. I wish I could do that. I do wish I could do that. Look at how big buyer came in the market. but again the delta is negative, so nothing for me here right now. If you guys really change the way you see the market, you see it as a kind of a tug of war going on between. Uh, if you see it as a tug of war going on between the buyers and sellers, then you'll have a clearer picture of where to buy, where does the buyers have an advantage, where does the sellers have an advantage. And you sometimes, maybe like right now we are at below daily VWAP, but if the sellers are pulling it and they have the momentum, then maybe it does not make a lot of sense to bet on the buyers, right? Maybe that's where you stay on the sidelines and just watch. I'm not a huge car fanatic, and I don't really drive that much around. Euro is not showing any signs of heavy buying or getting us in a trade. It's all about waiting right now and let the market make sense, and then maybe we might do something. But right now it is not making any sense, and for me to get in a trade. And ES is also not doing much as of now. Yeah, I do watch UFC, but not that much. I'm more of a boxing fan, and I like to watch that more. I like Dimitri a lot. He's uh, he's very fast. I do like him a lot, and in the heavyweights I like Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Dubois, and sellers are very active right now. Sellers have the momentum. They are active. It'll take some good amount of buying to buying to get them out of this market. We'll just wait till that happens. So divergence has happened at our level. I'm waiting for this candle to not go below. Yeah, that's gone. You see how sellers are so active, very, very, very active at this level. I would have gotten in only and only if this candle would not have came below this open, but it's just going through. That's why you have to wait a lot in this game. You see, when the market was here, I was saying that it might go down, but it was not our trade, and that is why you should always, always, always have a plan and trade your plan. क्योंकि कभी कभार क्या होता है, when this kind of thing happens, you might get lucky and you might, like this day, if I would have gotten in, and then what would have happened is subconsciously I would have always, जब भी ये चीज़ हो गई, I would have taken that trade hoping that this kind of result happens. But you have to consider a lot of things. You have to back test it, you have to know how profitable it is, and then only try to get in. These are just some market nuances that I look at every day. Since I look at the charts every day, I try to see these things, and how this was at daily value area high, market rejected, came back, rejected. Some days you get a trade, some days you don't, but that does not mean that you don't show up. Lot size, I don't particularly use lot size. These are the futures market, hence I use contracts, and I trade micros. So the first the first time I get in a trade is through 6 contracts, 6 micros, and then I scale in if it goes in my direction, kind of a reverse martingale. And that's how I like to trade. So my maximum risk at a when I'm getting in is just 6 contracts, 6 to 10 contracts. And as the trade goes in my direction, my risk increases, and hence the profit also increases. I've seen this works better. but yeah. ES is at our level. Let's have a look at ES. Very heavy selling happening, man. Very heavy selling happening. So right now, as of right now, I'm looking to buy both ES and 6E. Let's see what gives us a trade first. The reason is I'll try to show you. This is the weekly volume profile chart of ES, and we have just touched the value area high and are going up. And this is the current month's volume profile, and we have also here just almost touched the value area high and moving up. So as of now, the market is currently above value for weekly and monthly charts in ES, and hence it makes a lot of sense to buy it. And the cherry on the top would be if it comes here and then it goes up, but let's see what happens. No divergence in this candle, but let's see how the delta chart looks. It gives a mixed signal. We had selling, some buying, and continuous buying right now, but no divergence. I like divergences as it gives a clear reversals, but right now we have none of that. Let's have a look at 6E. Yeah, no divergences here as well. But yeah, good buying below these levels. Decent buying, not great. Decent buying, good buying happening. No divergences. I don't have any Telegram group. But I share my analysis on the Instagram story. I put every trade, every level that I'm looking at there. Saranjbhai, can you hear my audio now? Yeah, echoing, I have no clue why it is happening. Maybe it's the mic and I might have to get a new one. Let's look at how the CPI was. Median CPI has increased. Okay. CPI month on month did not change. Median CPI here increased. core CPI decreased, CPI year on year increased. So right, so whenever the CPI increases, that usually says that the dollar will rally, and hence we can see that other assets that are inversely related to dollar are are being bearish as of right now. No divergences here as well. No divergences. Let's have a look at ES 60. No current divergence. Some buying, not a very convincing buying until unless a divergence happened. It won't be as convincing. For streaming I'm using OBS Studio. We are reversing in ES. If I show you the ES chart, we are reversing, but no divergence. Right. It's good to not trade or be out of a trade rather than getting in an unplanned trade. I always say this, that the time that you are inside a trade is actually the worst time. Right, use time where you are anxious, you have a lot of things going on, and you just for me it's the worst time. I can wait patiently for hours. I cannot be in a trade for very long. या अभी तो टाइम है, अभी तो काफ़ी टाइम है. लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. Okay, so divergence has happened, but we moved below, so I don't really count it as a, since we moved below the open of this candle, I don't count it as a trade, but we'll have to wait for this candle to close and let's see. But on ES we got a divergence, good volume, and we might consider getting in this trade. So stop would be just below this candle, that is around 63.21. This is also gone. You see, the whole thesis of delta divergence is, once it happens it should continue going up or maybe be in that upwards range. Once this kind of thing happens, then it does not make any sense for me. So let's get back to, again here, nothing happening here. I'm very particular in my trades, very particular. If this closes as a positive, yeah. You see, that's why I wait for the candle close to happen first. Here as well. Good buy level, yeah, it might be a good buy level, but for me, I would want a clear market indication for buys, because CPI was dollar positive, and that's why maybe dollar could move towards the downside, and hence all the other assets that are negatively correlated might move towards the upside, might move towards the downside, sorry. Depends, Robin. It depends. I try to take very less trades. I try to take very less trades, and only if those are served like like very well, then only I take those trades. And like last to last week, I took a trade every day. Last week I traded for like 2 or 3 days, and this week I've not taken any trade as of now. So it's for me not on the quantity but on the quality side of trading. I like to just take good trades a lot, because again, the people that I'm fighting against, the people that I'm going against are, have more resources than me. Yes, yeah, again, no divergence. We might just again, divergence happened here. Divergence happened here. Volume was also good, but the whole premise that should move up, and that did not happen. Look how we are consolidating at this level. What is ES doing? ES is also. That's the whole point, Robin. That's why I'm trying to be more, trying to come here live every day. And like it's just been 2 days, but I'll try to come live more and try to, help people. And this is I'm not charging any money for my levels as well. Thank you guys, thank you. The whole point is to make people, get them good education, let them know what really works, and yeah, because this is what really drives the market. This is the inside of the market. Trading just based on candlesticks does not make any sense to me. Maybe it does to you, but it does not make any sense to me. This is the whole reason I wait for the second green candle close, because divergence happened. Second divergence has happened as well, but it did not close up. Once the market is away from your level, can you check at 9:30? If the market is away from my level, then like I just trade reversals via. So if it's away, then it's away. I have like then I don't get, I don't try to get in. But if it touched and gets away without showing divergence and then comes back and shows divergence, and it makes and if it makes perfect sense, then I would definitely get into the trade, because that level did not get invalidated or the market did not get out of value or anything like that. So only then I would consider that to trade. But if the level got invalidated and then the market came back, reversed, then it's the whole different story. I try to be very very selective on my trades, hence I get like one trade or two trades a day, max one trade a day maybe. Replay to 9:30. Okay, on the ES or on the ES. Let's go to 9:30 on the ES. What happened? We were watching 9:30. This is okay. And this is around what price? This is basically the top of the market, right? We were discussing to short from here. We were discussing that, but I was not looking at shorts, and this was a reversal trade only if we had a level here, but we do not have any level here, and the I'll show you the levels if you want. One second, just a second. I'll show you the levels. This is 6C. This is ES. So we are looking around here for our trade. Like right now, we did not get in this because the delta was very heavy, and we got a divergence in 15 minutes. But that does not make any sense because it's a 15 minutes is a very big candle for me. Let's see if we get any divergences here. Yeah, but it was developing London value area high at that time, but that was just one level. I tried to have that as a confluence to either a daily area or a monthly or a weekly area, and there was nothing there at that time, and hence I thought it wouldn't make much sense to get in just basis of sessions value area high or low. No worries, yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk to you always. One thing I'll show you, Sanatria, maybe you missed that. look how the VWAP developed throughout the day. We were bidding up, and the VWAP was kind of going up, and as soon as this happened, this kind of a big movement should have made VWAP go up, right? But it became flat. It became flat for a long time, right? And now it has started moving down. This tells that there was not a lot of thing happening around here. Though this 1.1732 level was something that we were talking about in the stream, and I was saying that market could reverse from there. It was exactly that level. Whole premise was there was daily TPOC, there was initial balance area high, and there was also imbalance at that particular area. ES is also melting right now. ES is also not showing any signs of bullishness. I have just entered this area which I was eyeing at. Nothing here, so let's focus on ES only. Alright, the market rejected that with some buying. Let's wait for a delta divergence. It's very difficult for delta divergence to happen at this level. call, that's why I muted the audio. This kind of previous month value area, okay, we are very close to previous month value area high, and this kind of buying makes some sense. No trades yet. Market is just not giving us any trade today, I guess. But I'm still waiting. Still waiting for something to happen. I'm switching to ES to look at. We still have some levels that we can reach. Okay, so divergence happened here, but it's very unlikely that we would not take this out and move up. And if it does, I'll get in. If it does, I'll get in. It would be my trade and at my level, and I'll get in that trade. Yeah, ES per I was also looking at, but there is no divergence on ES, and that is why I'm like that was, and again here as well the market went below this, and very unlikely that we'll move up. But yeah, you're right. ES per we had an area, this previous week value area high, and we rejected that. But again, not a lot of, you see, for this to continue. It's very unlikely for, but again, weak is there, so it could happen. But I'm not very convinced with the buying pressure of this. Not very convinced at all. Again, this got invalidated. This divergence got invalidated because of this. There are no signs of heavy buying as like in the ES right now. No signs. And you see how this is happening. These imbalances at the top. I don't really like them that much. If these were here, maybe at the lows, then it would have made sense, that heavy buying at the lows. So yeah, again, the market could definitely go up, and that could happen, but yeah, this does not make a lot of sense for me. Again, this got invalidated because of the simple fact that we went below. See, that's what happened in ES. This was not very convincing towards the. No, I did not take any trade yet. I'm still waiting if anything happens. But definitely on the buy zone. All the levels are pretty much cleared in euro. Nothing really happened at those levels. No strong buying, no signs of strong buying yet as well. Yes, we are. Yes. थोड़ा सा डिले है ना आपकी डेटा फीड पे, तो if the market comes at 6300, then maybe there is something left for us today, or else or else we might not just get anything. Heavy selling, heavy selling. It's mainly the CPI pressure that is happening. Very difficult to get a trade. Let's wait. I'll still wait for all the levels to get cleared and then maybe move out. It is possible to connect the main account from Sierra and then have that account connect to other multiple accounts. So whenever you'll take trade on that account, तब आपका वो copy trade हो जाएगा in all the accounts. But it's मतलब if since I trade Apex only, तो it's possible for me. I haven't tried दूसरे firms के this thing futures वाले platform. Maybe TopStep has forced. I've heard that TopStep has now forced traders to use their platform only. So yeah. बट हाँ मतलब जिस टॉप स्टेप में आप क्या करोगे ना, कॉपी ट्रेडिंग इज ऑल्सो अलाउड इन टॉप स्टेप, तो आप वहाँ पे यूज़ कर सकते हो, लाइक उनके प्लेटफॉर्म में ट्रेड कर सकते हो. बट एपेक्स का तो ईजी है, यू कैन मेक वन अकाउंट एज द हेड अकाउंट एंड देन यू कैन कॉपी ट्रेड इन ऑल द अकाउंट्स, ऑल द अदर अकाउंट्स. If a level is, let's look at an example. So let's say this level is cleared, right? And then what happens is the market comes like this and then comes back here and then goes away. So no, once a level is cleared like this, इतना नीचे movement जा चुकी है, I wouldn't consider taking this trade as well. Because the whole premise that the whole premise is that the market should stay above this particular monthly value area high or a weekly value area high. So once that is gone, then I don't prefer taking a trade. See, I told you it's the mic. This mic is like have its own thing, man. Currently, ES is just dumping down, and we have nothing to go for. नज़र लग गई माइक को. मेरी नज़र लग गया सेट की. I have again not a great sign of buying here. If this pressure was real, there should have been a little bit more buying, and this also I don't like. Or buyers are coming in, but the market is going down. But again, buyers coming in could again be related to another fact that sellers might be getting out, and this movement might not have hurt them that much, but that would again be reflected in the volume. The sellers are getting out, and the volume should increase dramatically, and so that's how it should have looked like. But I just yeah, nothing here as well. So okay, what did we have that we marked on the all right, so we reached the extended POC of this weekly profile, and I did not get any trade. What does it suggest? Right, try to figure this one out. I'll be back in some time. I have a call coming in. if we break this like this, but again there is no divergence. ES might just go away without us, and that's also all right. We really cannot do anything on that as well. If it goes away, it goes away. Without any divergence, it goes away. Yeah, man, this ES looks very uh, could get in ES, but again I don't have divergence here. Currently there is nothing going on, and let's see if ES looks. So that was a delta divergence, and if the market does not go below here and show signs of, you know, bullishness, which it is not, and it is gone. Yeah, wouldn't take this one. But buying happened at those levels, you know, that is something to note. Yeah, good buying happened at those levels. It should close bullish and it should close above the high. That is the whole premise. Interesting. Finally, 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 something to trade. Only thing I'm worried is this happened, and this is something that I don't like at all. At all. I don't like this at all. And if it closes below the, yeah, that is also a no-go then. Yeah, it closed below that. This also happened, but the delta turned out to be good with good volume. Problem is, it's luring me in this trade, and I might just want to get in, but let's I would probably wait a bit. Divergence has happened, and maybe I might want to get in if some kind of retracement happens around this area, or at 6309. 6309 saw a big buying. 6308 and this 263. $63.08. Okay, I'm putting it in. What is happening? Check not trade, chart trade, no longer. I'm just testing this if I can get in this trade because heavy buying happening 1024,196. Yeah. Very less risk, man. Just 7.5. This is actually nothing, to be honest. I'm just looking if this buyer would stay or not. If it doesn't stay, then I'm done for the day. See this 1000 lots, this 400 lots. Yeah, I'm done for the day, man. These market conditions are not that pretty. You see how 1097 and 467, almost 1500 contracts were traded around this area. That is what I was trying to look at. If that is something of value. Yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. And this is it. Maybe the market turns, but I think I'm done. I'm done. I'll see you next. Take care. Bye bye.